We have to...
Do you want me to...
Can I ask you a question? Is there a reason why we're not starting? It's 7:45.
I'm ready to start.
We're 45 minutes late.
Can we start the show?
Is there a reason why we're not starting? Jesus Christ.
I want them to know I would like to start the show right now. So like at 20 seconds, it can start to go up. Everyone's losing their mind. Woo, woo, woo. I'm standing in the center with a broom.
Okay.
And then sort of the magic starts to happen as the song goes.
Maybe a soft red wash just to kind of match the curtain.
Red is a drag queen's worst nightmare. Actually, green.
Hi.
And do we have presentation video?
Hi.
Really, really
Excuse me.
sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I love that music. It's all royalty free, y'all.
Love it.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette before we start this Girl. Aside from our sickening contestants, so much of last year's pageant was a show. The mics are not set up. The sound is not set up. Play. Play. Kind of up crick without a paddle right now, but we'll see. And I'm just being told right now that we no longer have a bar.
Don't dwell on things that have been fixed, because I don't even want to know. So tell me things that are we able to go on Q1? Does my mic not work? Does my comm not work? I just really want to fire everybody. There's an incident outside. I don't know what the nature of it is, but we're being told that we're sheltering in place at this moment.
I think there was a shooting at Grand Central just now, at the market. So.
Oh my God. It's gonna be okay.
But we still had a show to put on. We owed it to the contestants, the fans, and to ourselves. Also, I'm pretty sure it was in our contract.
Can we get the microphone on?
Holy sh**. We need to stop this, please. And we need to start this over, please.
We have higher hopes for this year.
Kevin, is Lola in the building?
I'm right here.
Sorry, I used your dead name. Which side?
What'd you call me, Kevin?
We're in a new space with a new game plan, and we want a perfect pageant for our contestants this year. Okay, maybe perfect is too much. I would settle for not cataclysmic.
You look pretty, Lasky.
So do you.
They're in the waiting room if we're ready.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, not the ladies in person.
Oh my God. How's it going? On the shadows.
Oh, hello, darling.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Just, spending a day in the tub in Dubai, just living my best life.
I would not expect anything more or less.
I'm actually on vacation in Disney World.
I live for the ears.
You look amazing. What?
Just giving you trans goddess. What can I say?
Okay, you better.
We wanted to speak to you face to face because we'd be honored if you would compete in the Drag Queen of the Year pageant competition, award contest competition.
That's so exciting.
Like officially official.
Officially official.
Oh, I would love to.
I haven't applied a bunch of years, and I'm so glad that you did not take me before, because I would not have been ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be honored.
Thank you. Both of you beautiful. Thank you.
We're getting close to the pageant, so we have been narrowing down a lot of the applicants, and you did get really close this year. In fact, you actually got so close that we wanted to officially invite you to compete this year.
I literally was sitting here being like, wait, did they literally call me just to tell me that I was close? Because quite frankly, Queen, this is my napping time. You know what I mean? Have you lied to everybody, or am I the first one that you've successfully been able to lie to?
I think you are incredible, but unfortunately this year is not your year.
Okay.
Wait a second. Hold on just a second. Lola, what the She is in a bathtub with a white claw.
So do you want to do this competition or what?
Yeah, I want to do it. I've already got my trophy. I'm ready. I'm ready, and I'm going to take it. Oh my God, let me put this back.
What? That was stressing me out. Good job, Lola. That was very good, Vince.
Thanks.
How cool is this lineup? This day always gets me really excited because this is like drag.
It's an exciting day, but it's also the day that makes me like slightly a little bit because now is when gets busy. Hi.
Follow me.
Now what are you talking about?
No, but you have to follow me.
Oh God, I'm nervous. Oh, you stupid. How the did you find this?
I got you one. It's working.
What?
It's a functioning.
Are you?
You said that you were stressed. You said that playing the organ calms you down, and Alaska was in on it too.
Oh my God, you're a. You're both church organist.
Do we need to do like a drill?
For safety? Yeah, totally.
Well, we had an active shooter last year, so I mean, we kind of should do that.
It is mindfulness.
Yeah.
We will be mindful.
It always makes me feel better because we're always aware of the fact that, you know, we're in this country and we're queer and it's dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No,
And it already happened, and I was telling Lola, like, if it happens again, then we're the like if we didn't prepare.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play a song? Do you really
Yeah,
know how
let's
to
send
play
a
the
track.
pipe organ? Or were you lying on your resume?
I was a church organist for 4 years.
Ooh, she's loud.
As you're entering the lobby, please enjoy the dulcet organ tones of Miss Lola LeCroix. It's a religious experience, the art form of drag. And we are here to testify. Praise be. Praise share. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back later.
Love you.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? I think you're gonna be with Skin Soup. I was like, who's gonna show up at 10 a.m. without an issue? I was like, Charles will. I know. I know Charles will.
Good day, my name is Charles Galen. I'm from East Los Angeles, California. I started as a young child in Mexico. My cousin fell one day when we were playing outside, and she hurt herself and she started crying. And it came to mind, what if I pretend to fall and help her smile to relieve the pain of her pain? And I started doing it and she started laughing. And then throughout the years of watching film and cartoons, it came into my head, oh, I want to do that, theater. And I was a mascot in high school. And mascot is more silent pantomime and physicality, and theater is everything. So that meshed everything together. My mother is the one that said, look, a weird show just like you, and it happened to be RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4 with Sharon Needles. Then I started befriending drag queens, then I found Landon Cider. And from then on, I said, okay, that's what I want to do in my life. And then from 2018 to now, I've been performing regularly as a drag king.
Mother, I'm the father. I'm sorry. Ella desde chiquita era muy diferente. Sus dibujos era totalmente arte. Mira, es algo que algo totalmente diferente, sí.
Your family's gonna be in your number with you?
Yeah. I feel grateful. I feel grateful and privileged to get to do that with me. I feel like this is the most vulnerable routine I'm ever going to do so far. The song is called Lügen by Rammstein, and it translates to lies, and that idea came up with it, like taking pieces of me, because I attempted suicide 4 times, but I'm still here. So it's like a beautiful mesh, and lights because it's gay and it's rainbow. Siempre estamos detrás de ella, por donde ella quiere estar. Es fuerte, el perform que va a hacer ella es algo fuerte. Ponte lista con los... que tú vas a llorar.
Y'all good? I'm good. Y'all done? Well, you look fantastic, so. Bye, honey. I'll see you. If you need anything, please let me know.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Gracias.
This fun?
Yeah. How does the stage look from...
Big.
Right?
So big.
There you go. Apogite's here.
She's here?
Hey.
Aren't you a little early? Are you 7 minutes early?
I'm at 10:45.
You're late.
Yeah, you're late. Good morning, gay people. My name is Abhijit, and I'm from Chicago by way of Mumbai.
All right, so you can literally start stat because you have until 10:45 to 11:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
My house is in complete disarray, but I feel I thrive in situations like this. I grew up in Mumbai. I moved here for college, and I've been here since 2012. I literally moved here with like 2 suitcases. I didn't know anyone, but I was really able to find my footing. I was able to find community. I was able to really thrive here. My partner, who's also a drag queen, she was doing drag for a few months before we met, and then we would just go out onto the bar on Tuesday, and then I was like, you should do the drag competition, and she's like, you should do the drag competition, and I was like, we should do the drag competition. It was kind of like a dead night back in the day, so there was just this a perfectly serviceable, lovely drag queen named Frida Lay, who would be there every Tuesday in a dress from Target, and it would just be all these random queens from the suburbs, and then it would be the 2 of us 21 years old, just being I've attached AstroTurf to my body. I am really big in the fetish scene in Chicago. I want to represent that side of me. So for my presentation look, I'm making an outfit that's all gold dog leashes, and I'm gonna have these 5 puppies attached to me coming out as my dress. Bambi is one of my closest friends. She's actually in my she's part of my dress.
What is with the ladder? Why is everybody wants to use a ladder?
So I'm doing a Bollywood Rapunzel number. The ladder is going to be my tower. A lot of my drag that I do is inspired by the culture that I grew up with, the culture that I'm part of. My entire family is in India. Me coming out as queer was more of a shift for them than me being I do drag, because for some reason they were oh yeah, that's just art. That's fine. My mom was literally it's midnight for me, and she's call me, and I was like did someone die? And she was no, I want to see your gowns. And I was they're not done. You're crazy. I haven't been back home since 2017 because I then started my immigration process and haven't been able to leave the country since then. It's finally coming to a close for me now. My final date is the Friday after the pageant. So the goal is to win a crowd, come back to Chicago, and get my green card. I think that the rehearsal went really well. Just concerned about making sure that the tower moves with it. Fortunately, we won't have time until tomorrow, so what happens, happens. And I'm great at rolling with punches, so,
We have a million things we have to print, and it's we don't have a printer. We have to print dossiers. We have to print comp signs for the seats. So I'm super stressed. Just because we don't have a run of show, we don't have a lineup, we don't have any of that. So, hi! I'll meet you out there for a second because she's still rehearsing, so. Yeah. Hi, by the way. Give me a hug. You're beautiful, as always.
Oh, girl, you're out of drag moment.
Girl, you're always sick, man. You were very first person that I said to Alaska, this is in the inbox.
Hi.
Your hair looks so good.
Thank you. I just blew it out and straightened it because I wanted to look good. So I wasn't in drag this time for you guys. I wanted to at least give you guys the whole fantasy. What can I say? I fell in love with drag, years into my transition from one of my very close friends back home in my hometown of Dunlap, Illinois. And I mean, drag saved my life. I mean, if I wasn't a drag entertainer, I don't know what I would do because I'm not that talented in anything else. Just kidding.
Okay, so we're just a soft fade up after Unwell, and then the follow spot will just come up.
Is it you getting up?
Yeah, it's like a day in the life of a trans drag queen. That's my whole message.
So when you're waking up is when you want the lights to come on?
Yes.
Yeah.
My fiance, Jason, he could say hi. He's also going to be one of my background dancers, and he's helping me as my dresser and stuff. I mean, he doubles as in everything. That's why he's the best partner ever. I was going to sell some comedy. I was going to go up there and shake my ass and do cartwheels and back handsprings and all sorts of splits and other crazy stuff. But I'm yeah, I can do all that. But do I want to do that, or do I want
people watching at home to see a trans woman in her most authentic form.
A record number of bills relating to health care, access to bathrooms, even drag performances have already been tabled this year in state legislatures.
This is not about targeting only children. This is about categorically attacking the trans community and all of us.
We are all here to support drag queens, the trans community, and all of our amazing LGBTQ+ community across our country and around the world.
Because drag isn't dangerous the way those pretend it is.
If it is false, then for the good of society, and especially for the good of the poor people who have fallen prey to this confusion, transgenderism must be eradicated.
This man's a piece of Pearl put her in drag on her Instagram the other day, and it was so fierce. Marjorie Taylor Greene also makes a really good drag queen.
It's gonna be a lot for me to actually perform because I mean, it's something that makes me very emotional as someone who's experienced a lot of hardships being trans. I mean, I'm 24, but I started transitioning when I was 10 years old. I feel like I experienced more hate today than I even did back then because I feel like not as many people knew what it meant to be trans. I usually talk about my transness as part of my identity and my social transition, but I actually was born with an intersex condition called De La Chapelle syndrome. I actually didn't even know I was born intersex until I accessed my medical records and had some tests ran when I was 18. And it answered a lot of questions for me, but it also leaves me with a lot of what ifs. Had I known from birth, or had I known when I was younger, could I have done my transition socially differently? I started seeing gender therapists at 10, thanks to my loving grandmother, who actually I'm dedicating my evening wear to. She passed away 2 years ago. She was my biggest fan. I mean, she taught me the originals of how to sew. She taught me to be creative and taught me to be open and expressive and understand my emotions. And she was, full-blooded Cherokee Seminole Native. And I'm very thankful for her because she helped me open my mind. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be as closed-minded as a lot of people in my hometown. It was really hard growing up. I always felt like just the odd one out in the room, and the only space I've ever really found comfort is drag.
So you guys remember, I told you guys, you need to march, marching forward with the signs, and you're supposed to walk off. You're not supposed to just stand there.
I feel like the marching throws me off. Why do we have to march?
Because I don't want you guys on stage for the rest of my number. You're supposed to come out here
Yeah,
deliver.
but do you know what I mean? We just walk out here with the...
So you can watch out with...
saying marching.
Abigail, my love, a couple of things here for you. So when y'all come out with the signs, pull them way up above your head so people can see and read them, because otherwise you can't see them. They're hidden behind her. Thank you, baby.
I want this to be right. I
you
don't
have
want...
a very good, solid thing going on here. So
I don't want people to see trans people as performers and see me as a joke or see me up.
No, girl. You are gonna do just fine. And from a professional standpoint, you already are. Just go home and run through it like a with them.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, do we have everything off the stage, babies?
Hi, baby.
We have some privacy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Last time, I feel like I was really casual in the whole application process, and this year I really just was very focused.
Your application was a PDF. That's serious.
I think there's a busted zipper, which is kind of a crisis because this is a piece of custom couture that we're supposed to be rehearsing in. It's a bummer.
I'm good.
But also there's a lot of people in there, so I don't know what more I could do to help.
I was trying to shoot. Okay. Okay. Sorry, couldn't get my look on.
All right, everybody. Are you going downstairs?
We're making magic. I mean, obviously there are specific categories, but I really feel like the parameters don't feel restrictive. So much of what I see drag wrangling with often is very tangible ideas of gender. And so I think for me, I was like, oh, I think I just feel like I want to wrestle with something beyond the tangible in a way.
My family started a commune in Western Mass in the Berkshires. And they started this intentional community for like modern and contemporary dance. I did like dance classes, or I did like musical theater growing up, and I did stuff with Sia, with Peaches, but most of my dance stuff is like very informal. It sometimes feels like your only currency in certain queer spaces is like whether or not people can sexualize you. I think it was just like, I want to feel like I can play with this or flip it on its head or present hypersexuality in forms that you wouldn't sexualize, like a bald silver goblin or like a cyclops. It also makes me less self-conscious when I'm like presenting it in this altered state. I've spent so much time like constructing and shrinking my world from what it was. I was on this TV show Transparent for like 4 years, and that show kind of like very unceremoniously like ended. I think it was like that spotlight and so many of the aspersions that were being cast on people involved, and it was just really challenging for me. Skin Suit was meant to kind of transmute those optics, you know, and kind of reject them in a lot of ways. And you know, I took several years off of social media with no Instagram, specifically because I wanted to devote myself to creating something that felt like it came entirely from me. The very first look I created as Skin Suit was that Yeti look. And I created that because I was hiking in like a desert wash, and I found this like rare type of fungus called Christmas tree fungus. And I started just like sketching and sketching and sketching, and then kind of started to generate this idea of like what I could be, like what I could transform into. Yeah, I think like what I represent is what I represent. And as a dancer, you're like always a conduit for someone else's work. And I think I'm loving this opportunity to create what I want to create.
That is so sickening. And y'all are like, you're ready. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but Jesus Christ.
They both zipped. They both zipped. We will be fine. Everything is fine.
Where's Adrian?
What happened?
So I thought we had like 1,100 live stream tickets sold. We have 199 sold. We haven't even cut budget yet.
Okay, that's great. So, but how many had sold by this point last year?
A lot more.
It's going to be fine, but we need a push. We still have 24 hours.
Yeah, because if you think I'm paying any money for that live stream happen, you're high. If we don't make budget, we ain't paying the rest of it. I'll tell you that right now. And this is why I fought so hard to get this budget as low as possible. Because if this happened, we'd be
Okay, is it on Alaska's standee live stream or only IRL?
IRL.
Does it say live stream anywhere on the standee?
No.
We're real proud of you.
This is where I'll be crying this year. Right here.
It's time to crown a winner. It's time to crown a winner. It's time to crown a winner of the Drag Queen of the Year. Pageant competition, award contest competition.